Of that though, Florida sex trafficking sting nabs 160 people, including Georgia Deputy Police Chief Jason DePrima.
Well, we know that police officers to be involved in this type of stuff.
You see where it's at? Georgia.
Florida.
No, Georgia.
Oh, Georgia.
The deputy's from Georgia. He was a part of the section. I told you Georgia's a hotbed for trafficking along with like Houston and stuff. So if police officers are trafficking people, then no wonder why people go missing. You see somebody, particularly a woman, driving down the highway or a road at night, get pulled over and you don't hear from her ever again. You think, oh, she got arrested for a blink or something. No, she just disappeared.
That shit is old. Standing outside the highway with your thumb on that. Go ahead and do that if you want.
I'm talking about getting pulled over.
Oh.
She, like a woman just driving.
Oh, and officers are pulling.
Yeah, and they get in the car, we taking you to, and you never see her again. How many people are in jail right now and they have no case against them? They just sitting in jail. They have no court date. They have no court date, anything. They're just sitting in jail for. That's what happened to the kid out of New York. Bowers, I think is his name.
The one that killed himself?
Yeah. He got arrested for.
Documentary on him.
Yeah, he got arrested.
Rikers Island.
Yeah. He got arrested for stealing a backpack they accused him of or something. He was in there for 3 years with no court date. 3 years. His family couldn't get him out because they couldn't afford a bond.
Sounds like they were trying to break him.
I don't know. But he got out finally and he had already been destroyed mentally. And, you know, bad things happen. Antioch officials announced police reform efforts amid FBI probe. Antioch City Council members and the chief of police announced new reform efforts on Tuesday amid an investigation by the FBI and county prosecutors into multiple officers on the force. The reforms focus on K9 policy. So that's when you running and they sick that dog on you and they let them stay on you for an extra minute or two. Instead of as soon as you hit the ground and get the dog off of you, they let them get a few extra bites in. Trafficking use of force statistics and monitoring department issues cell phone use, all issues that appear to have relevance in the larger criminal probe. How can we expect our community to work with us to both prevent and solve crimes if we aren't holding ourselves accountable? Antioch City Councilman Monica Wilson, who chairs the Police Oversight Committee, said, there is no denying that we have a lot of work to do as the issues we have with the department have been unchecked for decades.
Y'all put out the same statement.
Same.
But don't shit change. Somebody else will get bit the next day.
Yeah. Oklahoma City is hoping these new recommendations can become a blueprint for police reform. The police department in the capital of one of the reddest states in the nation is moving forward with a sweeping plan for reform, one that follows years of advocacy to more meaningfully address police violence in the city that ranks second among the country's large police departments in the rate of people killed by officers. The charges are based on a list of 39 new recommendations from 21 CP Solutions, an outside firm made up of former law enforcement leaders, political officials, civil rights lawyers, and social scientists. The recommendations are designed to not only curb violent interactions between police and public, but also improve relationship between law enforcement and the communities they serve. Nationally, we saw this historic call for reevaluation of the way our law enforcement operates. The mayor said, we saw the people here in Oklahoma City marching in the streets, and we broadly represented the public, and we knew it was important to this community and needed to be addressed and addressed quickly. So they need 39 they need 39 recommendations to simply be useful to their community and people not fear them. Insurers force change on police departments' long resistance to it. The high cost of settlements over police misconduct has led insurers to demand police departments overhaul tactics or forego coverage. Oh, wow. So the insurance companies said, look,
we paying out too much money and we tired of it.
Y'all gonna have to y'all have to make some changes because we paying out millions of dollars a year for you putting hands or killing somebody.
And they just continue to do it.
And that's the part that's crazy. Somebody will get hit with a case, lose 100 million, 40 million, and they'll do something the next week.
I'll let you know that they not worried about
it. They're trying to continue to control it by fear. I'm still going to eat. Georgia had a hotbed for him. 3 out of every 5 people, pedo activity, and as much more. You shouldn't be surprised it's Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0. The whole planet is Sodom and Gomorrah at this point.
Yeah, the whole
It
planet.
ain't just the West, it's the planet. It's just wicked shit going on all over the place. Chicago police will no longer be allowed to chase people on foot. Now, this was June 22nd.
Oh, they're just gonna run you over in their car.
So remember that we just saw a case that just happened with a dude out in Cali who ran from the police, a former Marine, and he got shot in the back 3 times. So now, just like when somebody steals out of a store in certain places and you're not allowed to chase them out, cops can no longer chase people on foot.
Oh, they're just gonna be in their car.
They're gonna run.
They do drive-bys anyway on the weekends in Chicago.
Well, don't that mean? Oh yeah, that's a good one. That was a good one.
They used to doing drive-bys, so they like we'll just do what we do on the weekends.
We won't be on foot shooting. We'll just stay in the car.
Instead of the weekend, 7 days a week now, folks.
Maybe now they're just sending more dogs after you. It seems like the K9s is gonna be used more if they can't chase you in Chicago.
Allegedly.
They also have a new law going on in Illinois. It's called people are calling the Purge law. Y'all can look that up.
I saw that,
and it seems like it's a big deal. We're not gonna go into that right now, but yeah.
Yeah, I saw that article where they were talking about the movie Purge and how
they let people out.
Yeah,
they said January 1st they're gonna let out a lot of people. I guess it's supposedly supposed to be people that's non-violent, but
no, I thought they said all crimes.
All crimes.
Yeah.
From the little bit I read, I saw people saying that there's gonna be a lot of people getting out. Don't be scared. Don't be scared and all that stuff. Yeah, Chicago or Illinois, should I say? It's gonna be Wild Wild West.
Well, they said it's the Wild Wild West there anyway. So
yeah, Western Illinois town disbands police force due to budget. Now this was August 8th, 2021. This was last year. So, what do you do when a town disbands the police because they said it's the budget? It's too expensive. You know, in some cities, they changed the law in Illinois a few years ago, maybe 8-9 years ago. I remember seeing this, where in Chicago, in Illinois, shall I say, they changed it where it's more expensive if you have people who aren't full-time firefighters. The city had to insure them and had to pay more for the insurance. So it was more expensive to have a part-time firefighter than a full-time firefighter. So is the police was just so expensive? They just said, "Fuck it, y'all on your own. Go to the next town for the police. We can't do nothing for you.
That's crazy.
We can't afford the cops no more. What is going on?"
Sounds like they just ready to usher in a global police force.
Oh, well, you said global. I was about to say a national police force. What if the Secret Service? What if the Secret Service became a police force of the country? So the government was a direct connection to your local communities, because that officer is no longer just some local officer. That's a Secret Service. That is a government worker now. That's a private government worker. Now you do something to him, that's treason. That's like the death penalty immediately. Ain't no trial, no nothing. So
we come into a time is speeding up and moving really quickly.
More on Illinois. Illinois mayor drops hammer on new state law eliminating cash bail. Massive threat. We must not allow this law to stand.
You got to pay with a debit card, a credit card.
No, so now when you go to jail, you cannot.
Money order?
No, you can't be put on a cash bail no more. So you in. If whatever you did don't require you to be on, if what you did require you to be on cash bail, then you just don't go in. You just wait for your court date. But if you go in and you got to be in, there's no bail. You got to stay in.
What? So they trying to get rid of the bail system, to bail out people's system? Ain't they gonna get rid of the bail bondsmen? That'll take away their jobs.
Take a lot of jobs away, yeah. Now obviously this is Fox News, so they're saying this is bad. They're saying it's a bad thing. Obviously, an Illinois mayor sounded the alarm on how dangerous a state law that eliminates cash bail will be, arguing communities will be left more vulnerable and victims of crime will lose their constitutional rights. We must not allow this law to stand as passed. Orlando Park Mayor Keith said Tuesday in the town meeting. Oh, sorry.
That Safety Act, that's the same thing with that Purge law they talking about.
Yeah. The Orlando Village Board unanimously passed a resolution Tuesday demanding state legislators work with public safety representatives to address problems they see with the Safety, Accountability, and Fairness Equality Act, Today Act. The village is mostly located in Cook County. You know, that's where the niggas at. Cook County is an infamous jail now because of the drill music out of Chicago, the most populated county in the state. Illinois Governor J.B. signed a bill into law last year. Provisions such as eliminating cash bail will take effect on January 1st, 2023. The law makes Illinois the first state in the country to eliminate cash bail. So what they're trying to say is that, remember that guy we talked about in New York who ended up going to jail and his family couldn't afford the bail, so he was stuck in jail for 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
They're saying, see, this is why we have to get rid of cash bail, because poor people suffer more, which is true. But circumstances like that, how rare is they? Or it's not rare at all. Every damn couple of weeks, we see somebody getting out of jail for a crime they didn't commit. Somebody admitting that they told a lie, DNA coming back not positive, and all this other stuff. So this is how they get away with doing stuff like this, because they tied to stuff that affects you know who, black people. They tied to black people.
They'll say people of color though.
Yeah, they'll say people of color. They tied to black people, and now we behind it, even though we shouldn't be behind this. Look, let me say this: some niggas need to be in jail. That's just what it is.
That are a danger to the community.
Some Negroes need to be in jail. That's just what it is. The legislation has been criticized by politicians and law enforcement officials across the state. Going over the town meeting in different ways, and community will reportedly suffer if the law is implemented as is. Safety Act abolishes cash bail for almost every offense. Individuals on electronic monitoring must be in violation for 48 hours before law enforcement. Now I've
Individuals
known
on electronic monitoring. That's probation.
Yeah, I've known people be on probation. You telling me they got 48 hours to not be home? 2 days? They can just go somewhere for 2 days.
They gonna love it.
What? You're not on probation? Just go away for a day and just come back.
Then go away for 2
Then
days.
go away for another day.
I just got to make sure I'm home
once every 2 days. Once every
2 days out of
hours.
a week. I got to be home.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds pretty fair to me.
You got to be gone for 2 days before they can act. Prohibits officers from removing trespassers from your residence for or businesses. Wait.
Growing up, you had 5 minutes.
Yeah. I remember seeing people run to the car right quick and run back in the house because, you know, next thing you know, that car pulling up, whoop whoop. Hey man, what you doing?
Foot fell out the door.
Yeah, hey man, yeah, I had to go out there and talk to my kid for a second. Yeah, all right. But yeah, then it says prohibits officers from removing trespassers from your residence or business. So I mean, that means, see, they paint it as
no more Karens.
So now they're saying that officers can't remove people from your premises. But what it's also saying is I can't remove somebody from my residence. Because you're just saying I gotta do something to this person and get them off my property. I can't rely on the officers to do it. So is this supposed to be for loitering?
I guess so. It seems. I guess police officers not. They no longer are protectors. They no longer are in charge of private property anymore. You're in charge of your own estate now.
And that's the whole Marxist communist thing is that, you know, they say, oh, and it's true, cops are only here to defend property, not people.
They no longer defending property.
So their job is to defend people now.
So a lot of people gonna be getting popped.
Yeah, they ain't gonna play no. They gonna come up there, pop, leave.
That's
gonna pop your ass.
You gonna say they gonna tell you one time, get off my property. I ain't going. Pop.
I told him to leave. I told that boy to go.
So